Hello, Michelle Wiley, if you're still here, and anyone else. It looks like we are live, which is perfectly lovely because that's one of my favorite things to do. I was just having an interview with someone for my Monday Men interview series, and I hope that you will enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the interview because he's really a cool guy. I also hope you will tune in next Monday for my Monday Men series because I have a special guest for next Monday. Hey, Cami, glad to see you. I have a special interview guest for next Monday, and I hope that you will come to see me then. And also, sorry. Oh, hey, Mark. Glad to see you too. I'm glad to see everybody who's here. Um, yeah, really go on. So, as I often do, I'm going to put the link up if anybody wants to join me, because that's also a lot of fun. But, you know, whenever, it's up to you. Looks like we have 7 people here. Glad to see everybody. Glad to see everybody who's here. Yes, Granny D is always very good to me. I was not able to visit Granny D today because I was doing an interview for my Monday Men series. And I love this Monday Men series where I am doing, hey Marie, uh, no, Marie, I think I did it wrong. I scheduled it as a live stream and it wasn't. I meant it to be a recorded interview. And that was totally wrong of me, and I'm sorry about that. And Mark likes my Monday Men series. I hope that a lot of you do, because I'm enjoying them greatly. So I was just doing this interview just before I came here with Louis-Philippe Joly, who lives in Montreal or Montreal. I'm so bad at French. I had 4 semesters of French in college, but you might not believe it if you hear me try to speak French. Um, but anyway, he does really beautiful knit work, and he's a very interesting guy as well. I didn't realize, but he also has a history in the fashion industry. Exactly, Mark. That's why I do this. Mark says it's nice to see men in knitting, crocheting, and other fiber arts. And that's exactly why I do this. And it's not as unusual nowadays as it once was, but still. Hi, Pat Dancer. Glad to see you. Oh, we have a squirrel raid, do we? As I was saying, I was not able to visit Granny D today, although I hope you all know that I love and adore Granny D. But I was doing an interview for my Monday Men series. And I also want you to tune in next Monday because I have a very special guest for that interview. A very high profile person. Okay, I'm just looking at some messages that I got on my phone. People I have never ever heard of are starting to follow me. And that sort of thing. It's never messages I want to get on my phone. You know what I mean? But it's okay. And then people send me messages and want responses exactly at the moment when I'm working. Hi, Chris. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, God. Yes, I am doing a marathon on Sunday. That's one of the things I was going to bring up among my. Ah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, I was French. He's actually French Canadian. He lives in Montreal, or Montreal, if you will. Um, so he's not all that French, but I think he's really very interesting, and I totally, totally enjoyed the interview with him. Mm. So look at this mug that I have. Daniel from Pawpaw Yarns created this logo for me, and it's available on my Etsy shop. Hey, who knows? Glad to see you. Hey, Proverbs, glad to see you too. Oh my goodness, who else is here? It's always difficult for me to keep up with the chat, and then people think that, oh, you see my puppy pillow. Yes, this is a puppy pillow, and I have a mask on him. The puppy pillow I got, oh, I don't know how many years ago, but then I got this mask from the Asher house. Lee Asher, an amazing man in the world of pet rescue. If you do not know him, just look for the Asher house or Lee Asher, and you will see the kind of work he does for pet rescue. Hey, Coco, glad to see you as well. Oh God. Oh, Mark likes the pillow too. I'm glad. Hey, Julie. Oh my goodness. Miguel, you have a secret from Pat? I want to know. I want to know. I won't tell anyone. Your secret is safe here. Okay. I don't want to miss anyone. People have mentioned before that sometimes I miss people when. Hey, Dana, glad to see you. Um. Anyway, Oh, let me see. Can I post that? Okay. I just put up the link if anybody wants to come up and join me, because what we do here, this is what I call a Wednesday free for all, because we don't really have a theme or a topic or anything that we're sticking to. Hey, Stephanie, glad to see you. Hey, Bears, Crochet Critters. Hey, everybody. I don't want to miss people. If I do, please don't be hurt. Because sometimes it just happens. Okay. Whips and chains. I agree with you, Julie. Hey, Laura. I've never known whether I was saying that correctly, but I like to say Laura anyway. Uh, anyway, I did just put the link up a second ago if anybody wants to come up. Oh, Miguel says that it's melting hot in his part of Texas. I'm sure it's that way in most parts of Texas right about now. It's not so bad here in North Carolina, but then I spend most of my day in this room, in this chair, directly under an air conditioning vent. Hi, Barbara. Um, Okay. Okay. I don't want to miss anyone. I'm going to put the link up again if anybody wants to come up, because I want people to come up, because that's really, really fun when they do. Because sometimes if I'm just running off at the mouth, I can run out of steam. And I know that some of you have seen that happen. But when other people join me, I sort of get reinvigorated. I was saying a little bit before. Hi, Divergent. Glad to see you. Hi, Dinas. I was saying a little bit before, I missed Granny D because I was doing an interview. Hi, Nixie Pixie. I was doing an interview that will be broadcast soon as part of my Monday Men series. I am really, really totally enjoying this Monday Men series where basically I interview men in yarn. And it's fun. Oh, okay. Oh, Miguel is asking, is what a kid's hat? Do you mean this one? That's on the styrofoam head? Well, I will say it's a little small for me, and I'm in every way except for my butt, medium size. So it might be considered a kid's hat, but I enjoyed making it because I make blue hats all the time. Okay. I don't understand all of the comments, but I don't have to. I just hope that nobody gets hurt and thinks that I'm ignoring them, because I've been told that that sometimes happens. And I don't mean to ignore anyone. So, Cami, tell me what's going on.
Not much. I'm just crocheting.
Oh, YouTube unsubbed you, Chris? Sometimes it does that. We don't always understand why. And, you know, I have heard this in many, many different contexts, but sometimes knowing why is the booby prize. It's what are you going to do next? Anyway, I'm drinking out of this mug. Daniel of Popeye Yarns designed this logo, and I'm 100% crazy about it. And this mug is available on my Etsy shop. Oh, Chris, YouTube unsubscribed you from Granny D. I don't get the notifications from Granny D that I expect. And I think I'm enrolled for, full notifications. So I don't know. And Divergent says she's still subbed to creators who haven't made content in 10 years. Do you know, I think it was last October when I first started making Yarny videos. I had posted 3 videos of me singing back in 2006. I had 17 subscribers at that point. I have no idea why or how, but I did. Well, and now I have a few more than 17. That's good too. So Michelle is asking if everyone saw Bag a Day. We all see Bag a Day every day. Which particular video are you speaking of? Miguel made his first video. Good for you. Go. Oh, I have not seen Miguel's video, but as soon as we're done here, I will certainly seek it out. So Nightbot is telling you what to do, as Nightbot often does. Oh, Marie says that she loves me singing. If I didn't already love you, I love you for saying that. And hey, Nana Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, what is behind your head? Look at those colors. I am so crazy about that.
My favorite.
You know me and color. I mean, I'm wearing a red shirt, and I have red. Well, I used to
Let me
have
go
red
grab.
hair, but hello, Diana Brianne Fairchild. Not sure I've met you, but I'm glad to see you here. Oh, God. Nana Michelle does beautiful work. We all know that.
Thank you.
Oh, of course it's Lion Brand
It's
Mandala.
happy.
Oh my God, look at that.
It's my favorite, other than Picasso. It is my favorite.
And that's what did you say the colorway is?
Happy.
I thought you said that, and I'm going, did you really say that?
Yeah.
Because it's a happy yarn. It's just a
No way.
happy yarn. Yeah, and Granny D is with us.
Ugh, I just got done rearranging furniture, so I'm a hot mess.
I don't need
No
to
wonder why I
rearrange
felt so
furniture to
hot.
be a hot mess. But yeah, Diana is saying we met somewhere, and in truth, it doesn't really matter where. Okay, everybody loves the yarn. And I'm glad that Whisper is here with us because we love Whisper with all of our hearts.
Y'all ready to see what I got at Goodwill today?
Oh, show me what you get.
All right, I put some hooks in here, so I got to take out the ones that are mine.
Okay.
Come here.
I'm not the only one that talks my yarn like that. I am glad to know
hooks.
that.
A hook was going to fall. So you're going to love these, Nana Michelle. Look at all them steel hooks.
Ooh, I used to have a whole bunch of those.
I still do. They're all in a mug, and I never use them because I have other alternate hooks.
I have to use the clover ones now because the steel ones are too tiny.
Yeah, and then it comes with and they're all boy. There's a D, E, F, 2 G's, J, and N.
Oh, that's nice.
The smallest
no H or I.
Yeah. The larger the number, the smaller the hook for the steel crochet hooks. And I think the smallest one I ever used was a 14.
Yep, that's the smallest it is in here. Because all the way from a 00.
Yep.
All the way to a 14.
Yep.
Okay. Marie asks about your yarn. Is it cotton?
The one that I showed?
Yeah. Lion Brand Mandala usually isn't.
It's 100% acrylic.
Yeah. So I was saying that I was not able to come to Granny D's live at 5 because I was doing an interview for my Monday Men series.
Oh, I wondered where you were.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this is one thing I meant to talk about today. I have sort of been burning myself out, and when that happens, I sort of retreat and I sleep and stick to myself and don't communicate with people. And then people reach out to me and say, David, are you okay? What's wrong? What's going on? And then I say, I'm okay, just leave me alone. But so I've been burning myself out. I think I've been giving myself too much to do. So I'm going to restructure my weekly schedule. I'm going to continue with the Topic Tuesdays. I love those. I'm going to continue with the Wednesday free-for-alls. I love those. I'm going to suspend the Thwip Thursdays. I don't love those. Fridays are going to become a rotating format because I'm finding that I don't really enjoy doing tutorials, and I was trying to do a tutorial every week. Yeah, Saturdays. Oh, Divergent, you're so kind. Saturdays, I will still do my shout out Saturdays. I can't promise that they will still be live. Some of them will probably be live and some of them will be recorded, and I'm okay with that. I will still do my Sunday readings because I still love poetry. I will still do my Monday Men because I love doing these interviews.
They're fun.
And I have been talking with people recently, and some people, even people with a lot more YouTube experience, have not really thought about this question before, but it's about finding your voice. And I think that the lives and the interviews are particular strengths of mine. And if you disagree, then shut up and don't tell me. The record, as far as the tutorials, people tell me that I explain things well, but that there are so many technical things with the tutorials that just get in the way, and I have not yet conquered those issues. So I'm not gonna try anymore because, or I'm not gonna try to do it every week at least, because it's just too much anxiety. Mark says his writing is his voice. Yeah, exactly. And I love writing too. I mean, that's the thing. I love doing YouTube. I love writing. I love doing crochet. I love cooking, but I don't know anything. I've never done anything on video about that. And actually, that is one of the things I was going to bring out. Because of the rotating format that I'm proposing for the Fridays, rather than doing a tutorial every week, I might do maybe a tutorial once a month. I might do a live stream once a month. I might do a recorded interview once a month. But also I might do interviews with people who are totally outside of the yarn community, because I have so many interests that are outside of the yarn community, and I don't think that people would suffer from seeing those interviews.
I
wouldn't. I'd love to see those kind of interviews.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad to hear that kind of encouragement, because I was gonna do it anyway. So I
Mr.
might.
Snarky Pants.
I'm sorry. What?
Mr. Snarky Pants.
I need to get a T-shirt that says
Yes.
that, because that is so me. And I was talking about being burnt out, and I have sort of felt that way in the past couple of weeks, and it shows up because I retreat, I sleep more, and when I am present, I'm more snarky, and then I offend people left and right. And I don't want to do that. Okay, Chris is saying something about live interviews. Lisa, the Grammy, says not to burn myself out and don't stretch myself too thin.
Right.
Exactly. It all started with this whole VEDA thing where people were doing a video every day in April. That's what it stands for.
This is too much. I'm lucky if I get one done a week.
I did that in April, but I've been trying to sustain it since then, and I'm not sure I can. And that's okay too. I still want to increase in viewership. I still want to increase in watch hours, but there's only so much I can do. Okay, Marie says she has to run, but I'm glad you were here as long as you were.
Bye, Marie.
Okay, Divergent says she likes snarky, but to be honest, it can be a bit weird. I've always been a bit weird. And that's okay. I was in somebody else's live chat last week. I was being myself. I do not think, I know that I make snarkier comments when I'm depressed or tired than at normal times, but I don't think I was in that state at the time. But somehow I got kicked out, and I don't understand why. And I have not heard from that person.
Oh no.
And I sent him an email and said, I don't understand, but I have not heard from that person. But you know what else? I can go on living. We all have our own lives to live, and whatever. Oh, Michelle, you broke a furls hook? Ah.
The furls gods are crying.
Oh my God, and so am I.
But I'm a clover girl, so but I'll have empathy for the furls.
I have 2 furls hooks, and they were both gifts because I can't afford to buy them for myself. I do enjoy using them. If I were to break one of them, I also would be heartbroken, and I just might cry. It doesn't take much to make me cry. I mean, I have cried on these live streams before. Divergent says, be you. Your tribe will strike with you. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, Divergent. That's what I want to do. Coco is responding to Michelle, I believe, about the broken furls hook. I had a glass hook, actually. It was really perfectly beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And my partner bought it for me. We used to go to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival at Rhinebeck every year, like when I lived there. And so one year he bought me this hook. I had never, ever used it. The next year he found the same vendor and he brought me over and told that vendor that I was afraid to use the hook. And the vendor said, yes, we will fix it if it ever breaks. Guess what? I dropped it on the floor and it broke.
Oh.
Guess what else? They weren't going to fix it for free. It was still beautiful. Yeah, Coco says she would have been afraid to use a glass hook. I only use it for special projects. It really was beautiful. I still have both halves in my little sewing chest over there. But it would be a bit of trouble to dig it out right now. Okay. I'm missing a lot of the chat, and I'm sorry about that, but it's good stuff. So, Michelle, we still haven't heard a lot about the blanket that's behind your head.
It is a Bag a Day vintage ripple.
Oh, well, we all love Bag a Day.
Yes, we do. Let me put these beads up so I don't spill them all over the place, because that would be awful.
Oof, I never do beads. Chris says to drink water. I'd rather drink other substances.
All right.
Especially out of my Bearded Yarn Dude's mug.
All
How
right.
is that for subtle with a capital T?
All right, I'm going to try to hold it up for you.
Miguel, I saw a Facebook meme today about power grid issues in, oh, look at those colors. That is amazing. How many skeins did that take?
I don't even remember. I lost count.
It's beautiful. It is just
Yeah, it's from
beautiful.
Bag a Day's vintage ripple. It was like a wrap or something, but I just kept going.
Yeah, Coco says I've never been settled. That's why I say it's settled with a capital T. But anyway, I was reading something about the power grid issue in Texas, and it was a typical Facebook meme, and I probably should not repeat it, so I won't. Anyway, it was typically cynical, so of course it appealed to me. Yeah, I actually I never have been subtle. I mean, before I knew what subtle was, I didn't know what subtle was, and then I learned what subtle was, and still never did subtle. And now I really, really like to mock myself for not being subtle. Because that's even more fun. And I just dropped my phone on the floor.
I lost another hook. I already lost one moving furniture, so.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. It'll turn up. I had a spare.
Actually, I have a missing hook. And it's somewhere around here. And there's a reason I only show you this one camera angle, because the rest... you would be appalled if you saw the rest of the room.
Oh, I don't think so,
but anyway, I know that this one crochet hook, which is one of those gift furls hooks, is missing. So anyway.
This is what I'm currently working on. It is the beaded Asgard shawl. It's the Asgard shawl from J-Hook, but I'm adding beads to it. Part of Ladybird's Ingrid's.
Yeah, she has her beading project thing going on. Yeah. And I was just, someone else was talking to me about the Asgard shawl. And that looks beautiful too.
Thank you.
That is one of the best things I love. I meet a lot of people in these live streams, but I also meet a lot of people when I do these interviews, because I approach people whom I do not know, but I see them on Instagram, or I see them on YouTube or something else. Usually it's Instagram. And they do amazing work. And, it's like a mutual thing, because whatever following I have, which I know is relatively modest, might go and see those people, and whatever following they have might come and see me. And that's a good thing. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, Miguel says, I have lived in Texas, so I know the power can be wonky. Actually, my experience in Texas has been fortunate. Oh, Cami has left us. Has been fortunate. Oh, did you bring enough for everybody, Cami? I could use a snack. Now, my experience in Texas has been fortunate. The first time I was there was about 9 years ago. I was there for a few months for a temp work assignment. I went from an air-conditioned house to an air-conditioned car early in the morning before it got hot. And then I parked in a covered garage and went into an air-conditioned office. And then I went out of the air-conditioned office and back into the covered garage, where my car was not too hot because it was covered. And then I would drive in the air-conditioning home, at least back to where I was staying. And then also the house I was staying in had a pool. I didn't suffer all that much when I was in Texas that first time. And then the last time I was there, I honestly would love to go back to Texas. I have said this before. I would love to go back to Texas. But the last time I was there, also there was the air conditioning and the covered garage thing. Oh, you're back with us.
Yep.
So yeah, I haven't seen that kind of thing. Now, the friend I was living with when I was in Texas, he had moved when that whole winter apocalypse happened, or the snowpocalypse, if you will. Um, and he was very fortunate that he never lost power, but I know other people who did lose power. And honestly, the greatest, I haven't had the sense of community that I had with a particular church I was involved with in Texas in a long time. And that's one reason that I miss going back and miss Texas. And I would, if I had the resources and the freedom, I would go back to Texas in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. Because it's also, Dallas is not a bad place to live. I'm sorry, I have been venting. What's going on in the chat?
Not much. People are just chit-chatting.
I mean, I really hate whether I hate missing people, because I mean, someone did mention that she was hurt that I had repeatedly missed her in my live stream chats, and I never ever want that to happen. So I do hate missing people, and I hope people understand that if I do, it's because there are so many different things going on that it is difficult to keep up. Anyway, moving right along. So I was talking about my rotating formats. So you guys think that occasionally having interviews with people who are outside of the yarn field would be fun too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I will warn you, I'm very big into opera.
Oh, I love opera.
Is that okay with you?
I love opera.
I like everything.
Oh, that's great. That's great too. So,
And
some
if
of you
people don't like it, they don't have to watch.
Well, that's true too. I mean, I don't get a whole lot of viewership anyway. I do the Sunday readings, which is all about poetry, because I love it, and I don't get a lot of viewership there.
Somebody is grilling something outside, and it smells absolutely delicious.
Linda is here. Hey, Linda, I didn't realize you had come in. Oh, and hi, Ezra. Glad to see you too.
Hi, Ezra.
Oh, hi, Gina. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, yeah. So, there are several people.
Affordably Crafty's in too. Hi.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Affordably Crafty's in too.
Oh, we love Kim. Okay, I'm going to post the link again if anybody wants to come up. What was I going to say? I had a friend who would say, it must have been a lot, if I forget my thought. I usually say, I had a thought, but it died of loneliness.
I've said that before.
Anyway, Linda has, I lost it, just arrived, popped in. Oh, she just wants to say she hopes we're all well, and then she's off to bed, and that's fine too, because I know it's late there. And I know I asked Daniel Paul Play Yarns to come over, but he said it's late for him too, and that's okay because of time zones and things. But I was going to make so many jokes at his expense, and now I'm so disappointed. Oh. Oh, Ezra is exhausted from yesterday and taking a mental health day. I can understand that. Um, yeah. Coco says Daniel needs his rest. He does, because I badger him constantly. I don't know why people think I have a crush on him. Really, I don't.
How can you not? He's a cutie pie.
That's true. And it's so sweet. Oh my god. Don't get me started. But, okay. Oh, Whisper. Seems like Whisper is experiencing very hot weather as well.
Sorry for the noise outside. My neighbor's getting her dog cut.
Oh, last
with our
week.
neighbors over there.
Last week, I was trying to record a tutorial, and that's one reason I just stopped doing tutorials. I was trying to record a tutorial, and the HOA gardeners, they just would not let it alone. They were, I don't know where they were, but it felt like they were right outside this window, and I have a bay window here in this room, and it felt like they were right outside this window with their leaf blowers and their hedge trimmers and whatever it is they have that make noise. And so I just couldn't continue, and I still haven't finished that one tutorial. Christine Johnston just joined us.
Hi, Christine.
Nixie, you're funny. But of course you are. Anybody who's going to follow me probably is going to have a sense of humor. I hope. Because if you don't, you're going to lose interest in me. Oh, Chris doesn't understand the concept of an HOA. You know, it's a pros and cons thing. It really is. I did not buy this place. My sister and I share a house that our late mother owned. Neither one of us can afford a place of our own. And so that is our current situation. And it's okay. They mow the lawn, except for the little backyard area. They trim the shrubs. And if we want anything special in the front or back garden, we can do that ourselves. But there are also other kinds of regulations. So it's a pros and cons sort of thing. It doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay. It makes sense for us because, frankly, neither one of us can afford a place of our own. So we're living in this house that is still, to this day, the deed gives my mother's name, and she died 2 years ago. So my sister needs to fix that, and she is actually the true beneficiary. She's the one who inherited this house and just allows me to live here. Do not ever tell her I acknowledged that. Okay, Coco is suggesting that I could sell, or we could sell and buy elsewhere. My sister would never do that. That's the thing. And honestly, it is in her name. And that's the situation. That is what it is. I mean, I've said this before, like when I was in New York, my life fell apart. I lost a job. I tried to start a business and that failed, and I had no money. And then my partner and I split up, and we sold our apartment, and I took the money from that and came down here, and that's all gone now. And And then my mother died, and there's not an awful lot left from her estate except for this house and the car I'm driving now, because I had to drive the car or sell the car that was titled to me for cash. So, I mean, I try not to complain, but sometimes life is difficult.
But the upside is you have the house there and have the option to be there. It could have been
It's
worse.
true.
Could have been a lot worse.
But you know what else? Our older sister, who is a half sister from my mother's earlier marriage, has advised this sister to put me out of the house before. That hurts.
Yeah, that stinks.
It does. And I know the reasons that she suggested it. It still hurts. Anyway, moving right along, let's talk about puppies.
Yes.
Okay, Coco says, yes, it does hold sentimental value. Honestly, Coco, I'm not sure that for me it does, but for her it does. People are saying that my older sister was not very nice with that suggestion. But yes, let's talk about puppies. We love puppies. Here are puppies. That's who did I get this card from? Jamie. I love this card because look at that picture.
It's cute.
I love this card. This is a sort of one of those multi-textural cards. Tess, whom we all know and love, I hope, created it at the request of Ladybird Lisa. And it says, the more people I meet, the more I love dogs. But look, isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. And it's true, the more people I meet, the more I love dogs. Because, you know what? People suck. They do.
I'd rather have a house full of dogs than people.
I'm sorry, say that again? You'd rather have a house
full of dogs than people?
Oh, hell yeah. I don't care if they shit all over the place. I will take care of them. I hope I will teach them not to shit all over the place, but oh, Barb says she wants to move to Austria. I love Austria. Now, Barb, tell me more about why Austria is better than the Netherlands. I love Austria. I will say that I love Austria with all of my heart. But since I know that you are in the Netherlands and have been there since your childhood, I don't know what the attraction is for you. Okay. Yes, Laura Lee says that the half full side of the glass is I do have a place to live. So Mark says that some of my sentiments were lovely. I'm not sure which ones he's talking about, but I hope that my sentiments are nice. I try to be nice. I was taught to be nice, and just as Granny D tells us every day, be nice, don't be ugly. And that was what I was taught every day. Okay. Oh, the cards, yeah. Yeah. So what are we doing here? What's going on? Anybody else want to say something? Because I'm running my mouth nonstop, which I do, whether it's my live or somebody else's, I just do. There's no stopping me. Oh, Miguel says dogs are so loyal. I knew I liked you for a reason. Because dog lovers unite. Okay. I just got a message from my spiritual advisor. She says, want to meet tomorrow? And I'm going, hell yeah! I didn't exactly say that, but you know what I mean. Kim says, doing okay. Can't wait for school year to be over. Yeah, because you work in the schools. Yay for summer break. I remember being a kid. There are schools nowadays that go all year round and have longer breaks between the quarters, but they don't have a long summer break. And I think that makes a lot more sense. But we're so accustomed to the long summer break that we sort of, it takes getting used to. Oh, Ezra says, half German Shepherd, half Lab, meant to be a service dog. Did I tell you I was talking a week or two ago about getting a dog? Because I do think it's time. I definitely think it's time. And my sister and I went to this nearby locally owned pet store, not a chain or a franchise, where they were having an adoption event, but there was only one dog left. They had not come with very many dogs to begin with, and there was only one left. I loved that dog, but he was a little large and potentially a little bit energetic for my sister, so we had to make a compromise. Hey Katrina, I'm glad to see you. Oh, Whisper, you're leaving us. I'm so sorry to see you leave, but you know, you have your own life. Even though it should be all about me, I understand that you have your own life.
Get a beagle.
A beagle. Do you know my friend recommended there is a beagle rescue here in North Carolina? It's a few hours drive away, but my friend recommended a beagle rescue organization because I would never buy from a breeder. I would only buy from a rescue organization.
My best friend got a Great Pyrenees and says it's the laziest puppy she's ever had in her life. This dog is 7 months old. It does nothing.
But I'll bet the dog is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of her. It's an older picture from when she was a puppy.
I actually love that breed. I've never had a large dog. Marco Whisper's husband says, "Nuh-uh, David, it's all about him, and Whisper is all hers." Okay, then, Marco, we might have to fight for that. Oh, Dana, I didn't know you were still here. I'm glad to see you. Or have you come back? I have always loved beagles, Cammie. I love all of those pictures. Yeah.
Don't rub on there. You're going to make it fall down.
Don't do what?
Oh, I was talking to the cat.
Oh, okay.
This is when she first
Divergent.
This is when she first brought him home. Her home.
Oh, look at the baby.
Oh, okay.
So it was only like a month old.
Divergent is suggesting a Basset Hound.
Yeah, they're pretty good too.
I love them. They are whole lot heavier than you would expect.
They are.
My friend had one. I loved that dog, but my God, so much muscle on that dog. I love all of those beagle pictures. Don't make me go out and adopt a dog this very day.
That's the whole point.
Okay, Barb. I'm so glad you came to join us. So go and, pay attention to that husband of yours if he needs it, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember what it's like to have a husband, so.
Me either.
Oh. What you got there? Oh, nice. There are some amazing beagle channels on YouTube. Have you seen them?
Yes, I
Oh
have.
my God, for the cute. There's one called Oliver. There is a bulldog here in Wilmington whose name is Reuben, who is so bleeding adorable you cannot imagine. Oh God. I'm still missing things in the chat, and please don't be offended, people, if I do. But anyway, yeah, I still want to meet this local guy with a bulldog named Reuben, because Reuben is so bleeding adorable. And I've never necessarily been a bulldog kind of guy, but that dog is just so cute. There's another one, a golden retriever. His name is Oshi, and his channel is Oshi's World. He used to be in near Greenville, North Carolina. His human mom and dad were military people, so they were, I don't know, Camp Lejeune, whatever the hell it is. And then they wound up moving out to California, and that's where they are. But that dog is just amazing. Look who's here. Hey, Julie. I'm so glad to see you. Wow. We were just talking about dogs. How is your fella, Julie? Tell us about your little guy, and I wish I could remember his name. But Julie's fella had an issue, I believe it was last winter, and wound up losing a leg over it. But we know how dogs are, and Willie, that's his name, and he has recovered remarkably, as dogs do, because they never know. They don't know that they've lost a leg. They just adapt. And, humans, we go, oh no, I lost a leg. But dogs go, I want to run, I want to play, I want food. That I wish that we could be more like that. That's very childlike, and I wish that we could do that. He's chewing a bone at your feet as we speak. Oh, he honestly is such a beautiful dog. Because I've seen pictures of Julie's dog, and he is so beautiful. Anyway, we've been talking about dogs. We've been talking about a lot of things. And I did have a few things, a few news things that I mentioned at the top of the hour. Just very simple things. I always mentioned my normal broadcast schedule. Today is Wednesday, so I'm doing my Wednesday free-for-all, which means there's no topic, no theme, no anything. We just go wherever the spirit leads us. And we have a terrific time. On Thursdays, I have been doing Thwip Thursdays, because I never get around to doing a Whip Wednesday. I'm going to suspend Whip Thursdays for a while and then decide what to do with it. On Fridays, I have been trying to do a tutorial every Friday. I'm going to change that to a rotating format, so that there might be a tutorial, there might be a live stream, there might be an interview. There, who knows what you're going to get? And I hope that that sort of brings people back. Saturdays, I have always done shout out Saturdays. I have been doing them live. I don't know whether I will continue to do them live or just start recording them again or just alternate. Sundays, I do my Sunday readings of poetry, and I don't care how many viewers I get because I love to do it. And I do get a few viewers, and that's okay. People do like it, they seem to say. Mondays, I have a new series where I interview men in yarn, and I've had a lot of great response from that, and I'm continuing with that. And by the way, next Monday, you really have to tune in because I have someone who excites me to no end. He is so amazing. And no, it's not Daniel. I've already done Daniel. What I mean to say is I've already interviewed Daniel. So yeah, my next one is a really, really fabulous surprise. And then we come back to Topic Tuesdays. And we never stay on topic for Topic Tuesdays, and that's okay too, because we have a good time. Topic Tuesdays are at 2 o'clock Eastern, and then we always go and raid Brenda the Newbie Crocheter at 3, because she always starts her live stream at 3. And then these Wednesdays, almost always, they start at 6, and we get a Granny D raid because she sends people over here, which I think is perfectly lovely. Oh, Gina says she loves the Sunday readings. I think that's lovely. Julie says, I'm staying pretty busy. I am. I was talking earlier about getting burnt out, and when I get burnt out, it comes out in my behavior, and I regret that. I get even snarkier than normal, if you can imagine that, and I just want more and more sleep. So that's why I'm pulling back on some of it, of what I'm doing, and trying to restructure. And there we are. Deep breaths and puppies. That's what we need. Deep breaths and puppies. Exactly. Okay. So talk to me, people. What's going on? I'm going to put the link up again because I always love it when people join me.
I'm just here looking at my granny rectangle.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Yeah.
Is that all one yarn, or are you changing out?
I actually just changed out from this gray.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to use up all my scraps. I told my mom the other day, I said, Mom, I am hereby banning you from taking me to Joann's.
But, so basically what you're saying is that if you act irresponsibly with yarn and money, it's her fault. Correct?
Well, no, I have enough. Okay, so here's my yarn situation. There's cotton directly next to me, below me, under my desk. I have a cabinet full of yarn. And then directly in front of me are 2 bags full of yarn. And I, at least in the one bag yarn is full of acrylic that I've had since I started crocheting 6 years ago.
Okay, Coco says that her attire is not appropriate, and I'm going to put on a t-shirt and come up. Oh, Michelle, that is so sweet of you to say.
Aww. We're sorry you're having a bad week. Or a couple weeks. Did I read it right? Yeah.
Oh, and then I forgot to tell you. On top of that, I'm spinning my own yarn.
Oh, nice.
Are you? I didn't know that.
Yep. Give me 1 second
Oh
to finish
gosh.
this part, and I'll show you.
I know that Fiber Spider spins his own yarn because last fall I won a giveaway that he had on his channel that included a hank of hand-spun yarn, and at that point he had only been spinning his own for a short time, and now I'm afraid to touch it because I think I'm gonna ruin it.
Too cool.
Off you go.
Oh, Sharon, you're so sweet. She says she just subscribed. I don't know where you found me, but it's okay. And so she wants to look at my postings now. Oh, hey, Connie, glad to see you. I didn't realize that you had come in.
Hi, Connie. So here's some
Oh,
of the yarn. This
gosh.
is gray yarn. This is gray roving.
Okay.
And my cousin gave it to me. She had a whole bag full of it.
Oh,
Mm, exactly, Coco. Coco has dying suggestions for me. My suggestion is Coco come and do it for me.
Look at all this.
Oh my goodness, Dana's still here. I didn't realize.
And I don't have a spinning wheel. I have a spindle.
I think that the Fiber Spider still uses a spindle,
I think so too.
which I think is very useful for those
Yep.
people. Oh, Sharon saw Daniel's live yesterday. And Daniel also posted a short unboxing today. I had sent him a few skeins of Lion Brand yarn, which is hard to get on that side of the pond, and he was delighted with it, which of course pleased me to no end.
Michelle, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, what did I miss? I'm so sorry. What did I miss?
Her insurance company is not covering a medication she's been taking for 15 years, and she had to quit cold turkey.
Oh, dear Lord, that is so hard. Oh, God. I understand that.
Christine, I actually have a book on my tablet somewhere of how to spin wool or roving with this. I got it at the Goodwill store.
Okay.
It's all different colors of wool.
Did you see, Cami, did you see Christine's suggestion about felting?
Yep.
I don't understand felting either.
Okay, so I'll show you a snippet of it.
I didn't say I want to understand felting. I just said I don't.
I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna do a whole, feel of it. I'm just gonna show you.
No, it's okay. I was just being silly and snarky, which should surprise no one.
So you need a certain tool for it, which is what I'm fiddling with now. And you know how wool felts when you wash it, right?
Sort of, maybe. I don't know.
It shrinks and gets fuzzy.
So when you're doing that, when you're felting, you're doing it by hand with this.
So you are basically making the result happen without the actual process. Something like that. Yeah.
And my cousin actually gave me this cushion for it. And you basically, so you take it, you kind of jab the fibers into, the way you want it to go with the tool.
Cool. Well, I'm watching the chat as you're talking, so I'm sorry if I seem inattentive.
Noni May's here.
We love Nani May. I'm gonna post the link again and hope that Nani May comes up.
Oh, I'm giving her no choice. She's coming up here whether she wants to or not.
Oh, and what are the consequences if she doesn't?
I'm gonna come to her house and drag her up there.
I'd pay to see that, yeah. Okay, let's see, what are we doing? Dana wants to do felting for one of her craft hours. If I don't understand it correctly, but the impression I have is that it would take a little bit longer than the time that you have for your craft hours.
Not if you do something small, like the book for this. You do little animals.
Oh, like amigurumi?
Exactly. So you could do like that and do like little
Hello, my
Animal.
darlings.
I know.
Yay! Nanime is here! Yeah! You might want to tilt your laptop or camera or whatever there.
Cammy,
Nanime is here!
Cammy's. I have not brushed my hair today.
Look
You
at
also
mine.
might want to.
Oh, wait. Oh. Let me find it.
Okay, that is like the
Whatever.
old joke that my life is like an internet browser. I have 39 tabs are open. 12 of them don't work. I have no idea where that music is coming from.
Whatever was I thinking to not turn down the YouTube side?
I
Excuse me.
know. What is wrong with you?
I'm old.
Stop.
We're both old, and there's no escaping it.
There's
I
no
like
turning
being
back.
old, actually. Yeah.
It's okay. You know, you just forget sometimes the little things in life.
VJ is here. Glad to see you. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, when you're old, sometimes.
We're the same age, David. So we
I know we've talked about this.
have aged gloriously. My hair turned pink in my old age, and you turned more awesome.
That's like the line in Oscar Wilde where a widow's hair had turned quite gold with grief. Yeah.
Anyway,
'Cause,
Cammy's frightened me, so I thought I better come up for a few minutes. He's gonna come to my house and drag me. I'm like, don't
Well,
drag
he
me.
frightens all of us, actually. So, but no more than the rest of you do. So I'm okay. Anyway, Sharon says she's in the old club too.
Hey, the old club rocks. We were
Yeah,
born when the
exactly.
awesome music. We were born when the awesome music came out.
I
Had the pants up.
remember when I'll Never Fall in Love Again was a new pop song.
Yes.
I remember when the Carpenters were a new group. And I grew up on the Carpenters. You know, I am old.
I remember in the 8th grade asking my mother for Christmas for a Queen 8-track, and she said, "What is the Queen has put out an 8-track and an album?" And I said, "Mom, Alexa, you can hush back there, okay?" Alexa's talking to me. But anyway, my mother got me a yellow. I may have told you the story before. A yellow.
I don't think so.
Bright yellow 8-track player that was round. You know how we had the cool things in the 70s?
Of course we did.
And she got me that 8-track. Alexa, come on, you really, girl, hush. But anyway, I remember Christmas Day, I got that 8-track and I ran up to my bedroom and I popped that in and I started playing my Queen 8-track, and my mom's come upstairs and she said, "Oh my Lord, what kind of music is that? That's horrible."
I remember when Queen was new on the American scene, or at least what I knew of the American scene in the 7th grade in Rochester, Minnesota. and my sister would call them the Queens,
Mhm.
which might have been accurate, but I don't know. But
Well-
the real name of the band was Queen, and I loved them. I remember I thought that Bohemian Rhapsody, I still do. I think that Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the most brilliant things
Yes.
that we've ever seen in this age.
I know. I loved him. I was not laughing at you, David. I was laughing at Coco. Yeah, she wanted to order me some 8-tracks. She's going to order me some 8-tracks. Alexa was. 'Cause I was saying, and I don't know how her voice, why she came on. But no, David, we are quite young for Queen because they were really, when we were really, really young when they first came out. Because
it's true.
what was
I was like, I don't know, 13, 14 when they came out,
Yeah.
so to speak. And I'm sure we're the same age, so we know that.
Yeah.
But they had, you have to consider what kind of pop music I was hearing in Rochester, Minnesota, on the radio stations that my parents had in the car. So, they could have been around for decades before,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah,
But,
Queen is forever and always. There can never.
We
And
love Queen. Have you ever seen? I'm sure there's more than one. A video of Freddie Mercury singing with Montserrat Caballé, and Montserrat Caballé is
Yes.
one of the greatest opera stars
Yes. Oh my
of
gosh.
the 20th
Yes.
century.
Oh yes. I'm sitting here with chills right now.
I know. I'm getting tears.
I've got chills. I've got chills. They're multiplying.
Oh my God! I remember that
Every
movie.
time I hear that song, it brings up memories.
I was 14 when Grease came out. Me and my friend went.
Me too.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it was so awesome.
My sister's friend and I played that song one time because I have the Grease soundtrack. I love that movie.
Mhm.
And she comes busting through my door and goes, "Cam, what do you listen to?" I said, "Grease." And it was "You're the One That I Want."
You're the one that I want.
I was gonna do the same thing.
The one that I want.
To this day, that song is
Yeah.
that is our song, and every time he'd come over, we'd go running up and down the halls, up and down the stairs, singing that song. And then
I
every time I
know,
see it on
I know.
YouTube, I send it to her, say, "You remember running up and down the halls in my house singing this?" And she goes,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, so many memories at your house."
Exactly.
Hey, Kimmy,
And
babe.
when I was young, I was a bit of a musical snob, which I'm sure surprises everyone. But I thought that I was going to be a classical musician, so this is where my taste should lie. But my God, Queen. And I still say I grew up with the Carpenters, and I think they were amazing. And so many other people. The Beatles, my God, I didn't get exposure to. I know there's this whole Beatles versus
Beach Boys.
no, another band at the time, but this whole mentality. But most of it I didn't get as much exposure to because I was focused on what I was doing. Because most of the time I was sitting on the piano bench and trying to learn to play the piano. I never really did, but I was trying real hard. And then I started singing and stuff. And then I discovered opera, which, if you don't know, and if you don't know me, you're gonna know that I'm a big old honkin' opera queen, and I'm gonna tell you how glorious opera is. And if you don't believe me, then you can just click away.
For me, the greatest
I love
opera song
music
is
so much.
Mezzo d'Oro.
Nessun Dorma, I would agree. That is
Followed
one
by-
that connects to that so many people connect to, especially
Oh,
when Pavarotti sang it.
What about Aretha? When Aretha sang it.
Aretha Franklin, yes, I saw that video.
Oh,
That also
watch it.
was
It's-
amazing in its own way. Yes.
and then I love La Donna Immobile.
Oh, La Donna Mobile, yeah. And you know the thing about La Donna Mobile, it's meant to be if you sort of have to look at the opera as a whole, because the style of La Donna Mobile is supposed to tell you everything you need to know about the character of the man who sings it. Which is usually what happens with an introductory aria. But all of the... I'm burping and I don't know why. I probably know exactly why, but it doesn't matter. But the thing about that, in Rigoletto, all of the music is very different. And then you get La Donna Mobile, which actually I think it comes in like the third or fourth act, but you learn everything you need to know, because if you look at the way the music is composed,
Oops.
all of the rest of the music in the opera has a sort of an elevated, listen to me, elevated feel, an elegant feel, and La Donna Mobile in comparison is a bit coarse, and that is exactly what Verdi wanted you to know about the Duke of Mantua when he was singing that aria. I mean, and there are so many moments like that that are so brilliant, that really get me going in the whole opera world. And I mean, you can see that I'm already going, but that is what is passionate.
That is
Janet says her first date was at 16 and she went to the Met to see La Forza del Destino. Oh my God,
Oh my
Janet,
gosh.
who was in it? Who was in it? I want to know. Because what an opera that is.
her first date. Oh my gosh, you had a classy tutor to take you to that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
But
So
I
I'd
mean,
say my favorite play that I've ever seen was The Velveteen Rabbit.
don't get
grandmother
me
took-
started on the Velveteen Rabbit.
My grandmother took us to the Marquis Theater in Northville, Michigan.
Okay,
As
Connie
far as
says
I-
she's never been to an opera.
Me neither.
You should check out what is on YouTube. You would be amazed. And
Just type in
almost
opera
all of it
music.
has subtitles. And just go for the hit parade things. Aida, Bohème, Carmen. Those are the most popular. Those have the plot lines that are the easiest to understand. And those have, if anyone wants to learn, go for hit parade operas and look for the ones that have, Christy's Creations.
Hey, Christy.
Go for the ones that have the subtitles, because they're there on YouTube. I also recommend, there's it's not a YouTube channel, it's a separate site called operavision.eu, where I have often seen a lot of really, really great things. And some of you might know that my passion for writing has come partially because I have done so much writing about music. And I was actually, one of the things I was talking about when I'm talking about like the potential rotating format of, please, Coco, your language. When I'm talking about doing non-Yarny interviews is some of my opera friends and acquaintances, because I myself think they are absolutely fascinating.
Oh.
I mean, most of you who have seen me do live streams have seen me come to tears. Because that's what I do.
So here is the Marquee Theater.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I always remember walking into it and it smelling like key lime pie.
Oh, well,
The inside.
there you go. Yeah.
That was my fondest memory, going in there, and that's where I fell in love with key lime pie. It filled the air.
Yeah, exactly. There are some amazing venues in this country. When I was in New York, I used to drive down to Wilmington, Delaware, where actually I was born many years ago. But I had friends who were involved with Opera Delaware, and there is an opera house there that is just so amazing. And this opera company, Opera Delaware, does amazing work. What you got there?
That's another shot of the theater.
Okay, cool.
It's right in downtown Northville.
My niece Shannon, she studied opera and she's an opera singer. She's 36 years old. I made 2 videos of her at Christmas time singing, and I mean, now not because she's my niece, that she's awesome. She's awesome because she's an awesome singer and she studied opera, but she will not let me put her video on YouTube. Even, of course, copyright thing could happen too. But
YouTube can be a dangerous territory.
Yeah,
it can be.
Carnegie Hall 3 times, and I've got bragging rights. But anyway, the first time I went and saw her sing was at the Fox Theater in St. Louis, and when it's your niece that you've known since her infancy, since she was born, and they're up there singing, and she's all dressed up, and oh my gosh, I almost fainted because I was so in tears, and I was just so many emotions.
Oh, of course.
Opera brings out the emotions anyway, but it's when it's when it's someone you've known since they were born. Oh my gosh. Proud moment I'll never forget.
If I understand correctly, people in the chat are suggesting that it would be a nice idea if I do interviews with people outside of the yarn world, and that would include opera people. So I think I'm going to do. I was going to do it anyway, but I'm glad to have that support. I was going to say something a second ago, but it doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. But yeah, that's me. I mean, everybody who comes to my live streams and follows me knows what my passions are. Outside of yarn, it's going to be puppies and vocal music. Without fault. Always. Puppies and vocal music. And I've spoken about vocal church music from the very, very, very long classical vocal church music tradition that I know intimately, because I have done it, I did do it for so many years, and that brings me to tears.
I'm a weeper, but I'm a happy weeper. Some things bring me to tears, and I look like I'm in total misery when it's just happy tears where
Well,
I'm
exactly. Janet
You know?
says we are people before we're yarn lovers, and I think that is absolutely true. And we each, on top of our love of yarn, which all of us clearly have, I mean, even look at the picture behind of each of us. We all have this yarn thing, but we all also have our own things. And for me, everybody knows that it's gonna be puppies
oh yes, puppies.
and music.
My favorite
And most
animal.
people, of course,
And
and
birds
most
and
people,
fish and
birds and fish are good to eat.
Don't eat my 4 parakeets, David.
I probably wouldn't, because they wouldn't be very
They wouldn't
satisfying,
even
would
make
they?
they wouldn't even make a birdie nugget, would they?
Exactly. But Divergent asks whether I like musicals, and I do. I love them. I especially love some of the older ones.
I love musicals. I think I've watched The Sound of Music about 100 times. Maybe not that much, but I have.
Yeah.
But I have it on DVD, and I love it. And I just
I've watched it more than you, Noni May.
Yeah.
What's the
Oklahoma brings me to tears
with
every
Judy
single
Garland.
time. Judy
Or not, not
Garland.
Judy Garland, but Meeting in St. Louis with Judy Garland is one of my favorites. That's what I meant.
I do love that as well. Oh, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
That is
yeah.
Don't make me cry while we're doing
Bing
this.
Crosby and oh my gosh.
But
Yes.
Oklahoma is I mean, they talk about the great they call An American Tragedy the great American novel by
Right.
Theodore Dreiser, and if you know it, then you might know why. But I would call Oklahoma the great American musical theater piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only because of the story and the technique, but also because the huge leap forward in the, if you want, you could even call it science of making music theater that Oklahoma did.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody knows that, but I mean, there's a reason it received a Pulitzer Prize.
Yes.
Okay. People are talking about other musicals that they would like to see. I mean, there are lots of musicals that I love, and I do. I love so many of them. And honestly, I have run across this. People think because I have a classical training that I'm a snob. Perhaps in my youth I was a snob. Nowadays, I'm not. And I think that people like, if you say you're an English an English teacher, people will say, "Oh, I have to be careful in front of you." Or if you say you're, I don't know, ordained ministry, people say, "Oh, I have to be careful in front of you," because people think that you're going to judge them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. Because I don't judge other people for their taste. I don't always agree, but that doesn't mean that I'm judging them.
No.
Yeah. Connie says she's got chills and they're multiplying.
I got chills. Don't get me going.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I can't help it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm always singing.
Oh, me too. Honestly, I think the amount of time I spend singing under my breath is probably an indication of my state.
I sing myself to
sometimes-
sleep every night.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty nice.
And then I'm like, and then Colin's like, "Shut up, Mom." Like, how rude.
Janet is a retired English teacher, and she knows exactly what I'm saying about people expecting you to judge them when you're not.
So it's just she's a bad influence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Connie says that she's a bad influence.
yeah, she
Well-
got me singing.
Yeah, you say that like it's a
That's
bad
no
thing.
surprise.
Yeah, not a
We
bad
like
thing.
bad
a good thing.
influences, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? I hate that I miss people's comments.
Tammy, are we racing?
I think
What?
so. I'm almost done with this
We're
row.
racing. Kimmy and I are crocheting. I don't know who's going faster, but it's like we're racing. And we're both doing granny stitch.
No. It's not about competition. It's not about
It's
speed.
mindless.
It's not about size. It's
I'm done with the row.
about.
That's beauty
Oh,
must.
that's nice. Yeah,
I'm just making a simple old granny stitch
I like
Yeah.
those colors.
shot. It's like a red heart ombre, just because I have just enough to make
Oh,
one.
it's one skein of ombre yarn or two.
Well, kind of like
possibly?
1.5. I had one whole one and then a half one left over from another project. So I thought, well, I'll just make a shawl. You know, I have so many nieces and stuff, and you know, eventually I'll let them come to my house and let them go through my things I've made while I've been holed up. for-
Divergence says that her school music teacher told her not to sing. I think she should have been shot for saying that sort of thing. That is totally.
I think everyone
Totally wrong.
should sing in the whole world. Just sing.
Everybody has a voice.
Sing to
And-
the top of your voice, top of your lungs.
Everybody has a voice. And
I
people
sound
say,
like a
oh,
grounded
no,
cat."
I cannot sing, or my voice is not pretty, or this or that or the other. And I'm going, everybody has a voice. And if you don't like it, you can learn ways to improve it, but still, everybody has a voice.
Didn't the Carpenters say, "Sing out, not
Sing
wait,
a
what? Sing a
song.
song."
Make it simple to last the whole day long.
Yep. Exactly. Everybody
Don't
sing.
worry if it's not good enough for anyone else
Anyone else
to
to
something or other.
See,
Just sing
Sing
a
a
song. I told you I grew up with the Carpenters.
Me too. My brother.
Exactly. Sharon says, "Sing like no one is listening." Yeah, there are lots of memes that go around like that. Sing like no one is listening. You know, post like nobody is screenshotting. You know, dance like nobody is taking photos. Do what you want to do, and
Be you
I-
and embrace
I
it.
won't say that I have completely learned that lesson at my age, but I try sometimes.
Well, my
Ah.
darlings, I am going to have to come down from the panel, and it's my turn to cook.
Well, we've
And we
been
have-
here for
how dare them
about
make you cook?
we've been
What,
here for
Michelle?
about an
How
hour and
dare
a
them
half.
make you cook?
I know. How
They
dare
should-
them?
They
Colin
should
usually-
be waiting on you.
Well, I was craving some kind of fish, so there was no fish in the freezer, but there was tuna fish in the cupboard. So I'm going to make
Oh,
a tuna
dear
casserole.
Lord.
And
Oh,
Colin's
that
like,
sounds good.
no, I don't like tuna casserole. I said, I have never made you a tuna casserole.
I don't either, but a
I
tuna
love-
melt.
I
I
love
like.
it, but
I
it's a waste for me to
love.
make it by myself.
Oh yeah.
So
I
send
love
me
a tuna
some, Noni.
melt with like you just make a tuna salad and put it on toast with like a
Yum.
slice of
Oh,
Swiss
yes.
cheese on top
Yum.
and
A tuna
toast
melt.
like that.
Tuna
Yeah.
melt.
Yum.
But tuna casserole, maybe not so much. It just reminds me of tuna helper from the old days.
Well, it is. It is tuna helper, but it takes a little bit longer when you make it from scratch.
It tastes a lot better from scratch.
Chris
I'm a
wants a
woman,
duet
and-
from
And
Noni.
I'm
Noni
crazy.
May. Chris wants a duet from you and me. Well,
So
we'll
David
we'll
and
have to
Noni
work on
duet
that and
coming up.
charge for it.
Let's do it, Chris. Come on. Let's do it. We will. We will so
Birds
do it.
Bees
will
do
do
it.
it,
Even
Chris.
educated fleas do it.
Everybody, we will do
Yeah.
it for sure. Well, I love you guys. You
Okay.
guys are all so beautiful and awesome.
I'm so glad you were here. And
Me
actually,
too.
it's getting to the point where I should probably conclude as well because we've been here for an hour and a half.
Oh
And
my.
before I did this, I did an hour-long interview with somebody else, and
That's
that will
because
be
you're so awesome,
a
Dave.
fantastic interview. Because that's what I love to do. I love the interviews. I love the lime streams. Listen to me, live streams.
We can have lime streams.
Ah,
I thought that's
that
what
makes
this
me
was,
think of
was a live-
margaritas. I'm sorry.
Right.
What did you say, Cammy?
I said I thought that's what I thought this was a live stream.
This is
A
a
live
live
stream.
stream. A live
Okay,
I thought it was
stream.
a live
Yeah.
stream.
Okay.
Smooch, smooch, hug, hug.
Okay. Bye, bye,
Love is
Nani
love.
May. We love
you guys later.
Love you, Noni
See
May.
ya.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Bye
Bye.
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 Night.
Okay, it looks like Connie is going live, or she did at 7. Oh, no, it's 7 Central, which means 8 Eastern.
Oh,
So in
good.
about 20 minutes, Connie will be going live.
Awesome.
We can go over there. Yeah. So I'm glad that everybody has joined me this far, and actually I'm beginning to fade. I might just have to find what I can forage in the way of food in the refrigerator and then lie down for a little bit. Sharon thinks that I should have people come on and sing with me.
That is a good idea. Like on a Friday, have someone who can sing come up and sing with you and do some duets.
Someone who can sing as opposed to me, is what you're
Well,
saying.
No, someone
No.
who can sing opposed to me.
I know what
Like
you
the two of
mean.
you
I was
and a-
just being silly, but yeah.
Like
You know.
Like
You know,
you,
Dana
it's the
gets on
whole-
my case when I do the self-deprecating humor thing. She really does, and she says, "Oh, I'm done with David now." But
Speaking
but-
of Dana, she says she's had a good time.
oh, I'm really glad to hear that, Dana. But she really does get on my case when I do the self-deprecating humor, and I should
Her and
I should
Kelly-
do less of it because it's really only funny in my own head. It's never really funny when it comes out of my mouth. Moving right along. Okay, I think we're probably done here, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad. I don't even know if this is under copyright, but I'm going to sing it anyway. I'm so glad we had this time together just to sing. No, I can't remember the words now. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before we know it, comes the time we have to say so long. So anyway, I want to thank everybody who has been here all this time, and everybody who came late, and everybody who came early, and everything else. But it's been fun. I love doing these things, and nobody's going to stop me from doing them. So thank you all so much. I'm going to click end now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you at Connie's.